Welcome to the Nürburgring Nordschleife. Hyundai Motorsport has invited the Motorsport Network for a unique rally versus race circuit challenge. Multiple World Rally Championship crew Thierry, Neuville and Martijn Wydaeghe are here at the Nürburgring to tackle it, so they will drive a Hyundai i30N TCR car instead of their Hyundai WRC Rally 1 car. But what they will do is they will drive using the Pacenotes as they would on a rally. So the plan is they will recce the 20 plus kilometres, the 73 corners here at the Nürburgring, and then Thierry and Neuville will jump in and see how we can go using Pacenotes to tackle the Nürburgring Nordschleife. So where do you start when facing the task of making Pacenotes for what is known as the Green Hell? Well, the process is no different to preparing for any rally stage, and it all starts with a recce. Thierry and Martijn arrived at the circuit at 7:30 am, where they jumped behind the wheel of a road-going Hyundai i30N to conduct 2 passes through the circuit. It is here where they analyse the 20.8 kilometres and make the crucial Pacenotes, which Martijn will call to help Thierry achieve the fastest time possible.
Recce is basically one of the most important parts of our job, because it gives us the opportunity to visit the roads we're gonna use during the competition, where we're allowed to run it basically twice during the recce to make our Pacenotes. Our Pacenotes, which are basically our description of the road we're gonna drive during the competition, and which basically gives us information about the surface, the conditions of the surface, the angle of the corners, the distance between the corners, the speed, an indication of speed we can have through a corner, and the length of the corners. As you can imagine, if the Pacenotes are too slow or too fast, it's very hard to find confidence, and it's very hard to go fast. I would say like rallies like Finland, where we are limited to 70 kph, and in the rally itself we are driving close to 200 most of the time. It makes it very difficult to judge the speed you can really go. So that's the difficult part of our job, to judge the speed you are arriving into the corner, and the speed you can keep through the corner, depending on the angle of the corner, the variation of grip, whatever the corner is over crest or through a dip, the corner is hanging a bit to the outside, to the inside. All those parameters have a very big influence on the actual speed you can go through the corner. You have to know your car very well to really be able to judge what speed you can keep through the corner. It's the driver's decision and it's driver's feedback. The co-driver has obviously to take all that information as quickly as possible into his book.
Today we are using a 1-to-6 system, where 6 is the fastest, and we actually just do indication of the number of the corner, the direction left or right, and some length of the corner. And now we have a very specific system. We are the only one using this kind of system, I think, in the WRC. It's a system from 10 to 170. It's based on speed, actually. We also have some length of the corner into the Pacenote. So if, for example, if we have this could be a left 113 Titans 80, for example. So it's a left that goes more or less at 110 km per hour over 30 meters, Titans to 80 kph. This is something that Thierry tries to imagine during the recce at what speed he can pass. Of course, we have much more details in the Pacenotes during the rallies, and on the recce, on the first pass, for me it's really important to write everything down as quick as possible, so Thierry can carry on like his speed during the recce, because if I cannot follow and he needs to slow down all the time, we are breaking our own Recce speed, and then it's really difficult for him to continue, imagine the speed of the next corner. The road is very smooth, it's very wide, so it's very comfortable for me to sit in this car and ride Pacenotes. But for example in Kenya, where you have very bumpy roads, my Pacenote book, sometimes in the evening it's hard to read what I was writing down because you're moving like this, and so it's really hard to keep on writing down everything.
The corners are all at a certain speed, not like in WRC where we have junctions and very tight, narrow corners where we can reduce the speed up to 10-15 kph. I would say that the slowest corner here is around 80-90 kph. With only 2 Recce passes, sometimes it's hard to make the perfect notes, and it's important to do the fine-tuning, the little adjustments, which helps you to go faster, because simply you can go faster through the corner than you expected during the Recce. That's the only bumpy corner here.
This really is the important preparation to get any good result at a rally, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's the key to get away with the car setup, I would say, in the car performance, of course. But I mean, if the Recce are wrong and I would come here, blind quest corner, and I would have a 1, and actually I can drive it in 3, I would have braked far too much before the quest.
Yeah, when I was doing rally with slower cars, I was writing much smaller. But then I realized when I step into the WRC, when the speed is so high and on bumpy roads, it's easy to get lost in the notes, because if you ride too small, you need to really be like this. And now I can just sit comfortable. The Pacenotes are very big. I always let some space in between the lines, so it's more obvious where I am, and even then it's still a challenge to get it all the time right. It's like anticipation. As soon you turn one page, you try to get the other one already ready, so it is like this, and then you can turn very easily. You just need to make sure that you don't smash it, because then you lose a page. But yeah, it's not an easy task, because in the rally car you have a lot of movement as well, so it's not always an easy job to be on the right side.
Before they don the crash helmets for a competitive run, Thierry and Martijn compare their notes against onboard vision captured from cameras attached to the car to ensure the notes are fine-tuned and ready. Laptop analysis complete and Pacenotes perfected, it's time for Thierry and Martijn to put the theory into practice.
Flat left, 4 easy right, 4 easy left, 150. Easy right and human, 60 minus to the lip, 120. Brake for left short, small cut. For left short, small cut, 70. For right minus tightens. Into 5 left over 40, back to 2, let's keep it. Into 3 right minus turns. Opens, 100. Flat left, 400. Care, easy left. 100, 4 left plus half long. 100, 4 left plus half long. 120, 3 left turns. Into 4 right short. Okay. Into easy right over crest 60. 4 right minus tight, 3 minus turns. And easy left 60. 4 left plus. 4 left plus. Into 5 right plus short 70. Late 4 right plus turns, right 4 minus 180, keep left over crest 50, 4 right plus fast. Opens over 60, right 5 minus. And flat left 100.
And take the speed.
Easy left 200. 6 left long, right very, very long. It's coming, it's coming. 300 care. Crest into 3 left minus very long. Into the carousel bumpy. Into flat right. Opens and tightens easy. 250. 6F minus. Opens very long, tightens 4 long. 4.5 long. 500. Easy flat crest over finish.
This is relaxing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's fun, eh?
Yeah.
I think with the rally car we can go faster.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. We're trying to get the temperature in the tire, and once the temperature was there, only forward.
Time for the debrief. What was it like to drive the Nordschleife's famous 73 turns to Pacenotes?
It has been, beautiful experience, to be honest. It was a great experience to meet Pacenotes because I'm sure it's going to help me to remember even better the track. It's one of the most challenging tracks you can get on circuit. It looks a bit like Rally Finland, just on tarmac.
I was going to say there's more than 150 corners here, so this is a track where Pacenotes could actually be useful, even though it's not really sort of what you use in circuit racing.
If you could hand over those Pacenotes to somebody who don't know the track, he could go already fast after in the first lap immediately.
Talk to us about the process of making them, Martin. Obviously, this is something a bit different for you, but what was it like to make Pacenotes for the Nordschleife?
Yeah, it's much comfortable than on a gravel stage, for example, in the WRC. It's smooth and yeah, you have a lot of long corners and a lot of long distance in between the corners as well. So that's quite different than on the normal rally stages. If you compare with other tarmac events, for example, as Monte Carlo and Japan, for example, there it's corner into corner, and here it's yeah, a bit more relaxed for me, let's say.
And obviously calling them for Thierry, what was that like on a circuit? Because that's quite an unusual thing to do, isn't it? You don't do it very often.
Yeah, but at the end, for me, I was not looking so much the circuit, you know. You are reading the pace notes and then it doesn't matter if it is a normal tarmac road or a circuit. It's yeah, corner description, so I don't care if it is in the middle of a forest or on a circuit track. But yeah, it's just nice to know that you are doing this on this magic circuit.
And Thierry, what was it like to obviously be reacting to these notes on a circuit? I mean, did you feel like you could go much faster with hearing the notes?
Yeah, I mean, I trust a bit more my memory and was relying on the pace notes a bit in some places where I was not 100% sure how tight it would be, the corner. And it works. On the Nordschleife is something special, and something definitely I will do more once I retire from rallying.
And what would it be like to drive a Rally 1 car around here? How do you think it would compare to the
fast.
TCR?
It's just, yeah, I mean, on the straight lines, it would be a bit slow, but because we're limited to 200 kph. But in all the other sections, I would say that the rally car would be pretty fast.
And I guess, Martin, you could have a little business now. If you've made all of his notes, you can sell them to other people, surely.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you, Tom.
Business to make.
You get 5% of it, it's okay.
Marcus, you're the expert here. How do you think they've gone today? I mean, it's quite an unusual challenge to make pace notes for this track.
For me, I never saw this. So first time I experienced how they do their pace notes. I think this is the hardest job. I'm really looking into it, and even if I'm racing, I'm into it. I really love to race, but I would never go on a rally stage. I would be too afraid because sometimes I guess you guys are totally crazy. And the confidence they have, the trust they have in the car and in themselves, this is amazing and crazy to watch.
So Thierry and Martin have completed the challenge. They've made pace notes and they've tackled the Nürburgring Nordschleife. What we can say is that certainly preparing for a rally is not an easy job. You have to do a lot of work just to even get yourself ready to prepare for a rally stage. And okay, we use the circuit for this, but the process is exactly the same. It's an incredible amount of work, and perhaps the crews don't get quite enough credit for what they have to do just to prepare for a rally.